Hello and welcome back to Friday Minis. Now, this is Security Week, so we are continuing the theme of security related tutorials. Today, let's take a look at something that more and more websites have started to introduce, and that is the concept of two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication? How does it work? And why is it useful? Now, to answer the first part of the question, well, actually several different websites use different methods to do this. The simplest method would be what Facebook does if you don't have the Facebook app. Essentially, when you try to log in with your username and password, well, that's not enough to get you in. They actually send an authentication code to your phone. You're gonna actually have to key in this code before you can complete your login. Now, Google does this slightly differently. You can actually install an app on your phone that will actually continuously generate new code numbers. When you log in, just enter the code number that shows up in the app before a certain time period has passed. So these are two slightly different ways of doing two-factor authentication, but the key question is, what's the point? How does this actually make things more secure? You see, the idea is this. Perhaps someone has stolen your username and your password, which would normally be enough to actually log into your account and compromise it in whatever way they want. By actually requiring you to check a device that you're supposed to have, that is your mobile phone, this adds an additional layer of security, since hopefully the person who stole your username and password doesn't also have your mobile phone. And that is the concept of a one-time password. Notice that the Google method, which is to actually have an app on your phone that just keeps generating these values, are dependent on the time. Basically, what happens when you sign up to get that app is Google generates a key. The algorithm used to generate these codes takes in two parameters, the first being the actual time, and the second being the key itself. So of course, the part in which Google transmits the key to you could potentially be compromised, but this tends to not happen because the way Google does it is it pops up a QR code on screen, which you scan. Once this shared key is known both on your phone and by Google, then the algorithm will generate the same codes over time. That is of course how Google actually authenticates this code that you write in. The method used by Facebook, in which a code is just sent to your mobile phone, tends to be either exactly the same or slightly simpler. I guess this will be closer to how a nonce actually works, as we discussed earlier in the week. They just send you a random number, and in this case there isn't even any encryption involved. All you have to do is to send the number back to prove that you received it on your device. Anyway, that basically wraps it up for this episode of Friday Minis. I hope you learned something today, but until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. Hello! If you enjoyed this video, don't forget I appreciate every like, favorite, and comment you give me. If you'd like to see more from me in the future, don't forget to subscribe. For more updates outside of YouTube, do follow my official Twitter account at 0612 TV. And if you'd like to see more of my work, you can also check out my About Me page. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, you're watching 0612 TV.